Hi, I'm Natalie Johnson. I would love to work for your school district. And here are some ideas that I've created on a unit on Norman Rockwell Four Freedoms. Okay, so I love teaching culturally responsive education because I have taught, like all over Australia and China and Jordan, the Middle East. And I'm currently teaching down in Monument Valley in the Navajo Nation. I just absolutely love these students. And so I try to engage my students by using this, by seeing who are my students, where are they coming from, what tools and skills that they can bring to my classroom. And I always like to research their critical consciousness, with art and whatever subjects that I teach. And these are just things that I set up for my masters, and I do presentations at different conferences to share. So I just thought I'll share my slides with you, and also like to recognize implicit bias or unconscious bias. And I remember um, calling chant the Navajo songs chants, and when my student says they're not chants, they're songs, and I was just taken back by that, and because you're brought up with certain terms, and I need to realize sometimes our terms are not correct. And I always like to look and dig into my students' funds and knowledge because they bring in so many rich experiences in their lives. And I like to focus in my art in this section of my Norman Rockwell Four Freedoms of social justice and advocacy. That as we with art is just it's so critical to share with that, and as well as social emotional learning, because there are the castle frameworks that is really good to apply that in our teaching. I do in art daily sketchbooks, focusing on various aspects. And here's what I'm doing with Norman Rockwell. Okay, I use the standard essential questions, objectives, and then I always like to use technology and sentence stems so students can, have something to start with, especially with English language learners. And I don't know about you, but me, sometimes I need a sentence stems to help me write on something. And I hope this also here, there's these amazing videos, but I don't show all of them. And I know this sounds like history and social studies. And I am getting my endorsement in social studies, which I feel really corresponds with art, um, as well as, what do you think happened in this picture? And again, I use sentence stems here, and I use a Jamboard when students are writing, so everyone can see what everybody else is writing, but they don't know who's writing what. And I love the story of Ruby Bridges. And I try to put in what what's happening in our society, because they can have that connection as well on what's happening currently. And I always like to make phone calls to different businesses, and I got this okayed. Virtual Museum Norman Rockwell. If you get a chance, you've got to see it. It's just amazing. But anyway, I have to end the recording, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.